Okay, can you see your slides, Rich?
Can, yeah. So I suppose the first slide is quite a busy slide, but it just shows it's telling out stall of the why this is important. So myself and Kieran Sugu actually took over the leader position of
apologies, Rachel. My apologies, Rachel.
Can't hear me.
I'm wondering, could I ask you maybe to turn off your camera, Rachel, just while you're giving your oral input, because our sound is breaking a little bit, if that's okay, Rachel.
Can you hear me better?
Yes, yes, perfect. Thanks, Rachel. Apologies about that.
Okay, no problem. So the first slide is really setting the stall that it's a policy analysis of, you know, the need for development education and education for sustainable development. And the themes that are emerging through that are that there's obviously huge change coming in our world, is leading to diversity because of displacement of people. So that's impacting on diversity in our classrooms. There is a massive role of technology in helping meet the challenges that change, and we can only do it through partnership. So number 17 of the Sustainable Development Goals is partnership goals. So this is just kind of a policy content analysis going back to 2014, which was a day of 10 years of education for sustainable development. So myself and Kieran have actually a book that's been accepted for publication, and it kind of is going to be open access. So that would be, I suppose, part of an artifact of learning and something that would help teachers and our students understand the importance of why this is a mandatory part of teacher education and education going forward in the future. And that's a reading list for students, and it's also something that's overarching and underpinning depending on which module you're involved in the programme. So we go to the next slide there, Deirdre. The next slide is just looking at one of our projects. It's actually two of our projects. One is where the UBUD funding allowed us to have an extracurricular module on looking at essential questions as a methodology that could be used across any subject area. So just one example there with COVID-19, you know, where is balance between personal freedom and the common good? And the idea of the essential question approach is that you can use open-ended, thought-provoking and intellectually engaging and critical thinking questions to spark discussion and debate about development education and sustainable development goals across any subject area. So we're trying to build capacity and build skills with students across every subject to give them, because some students struggle, how do I bring development education and sustainable development goals into my subject? But if you even give them the skills of questioning, it does open up and spark debate. So that's one way that we're working with students. We also have a specific module on philosophy for global citizenship. And in that, the students are encouraged to use critical thinking, and we just have the guide for critical thinking there, some question stems. And again, it helps students, our PME students, in lesson planning, they're developing resources and questions, and then there's that kind of culture within their own students to critically think about the world around them relating to their different subject areas. That's two projects. Moving on to the next project then, we have an extracurricular module on helping students create digital stories. And again, that's bringing in the whole idea of technology. And we're looking at the power of digital storytelling. And there's just a little graphic there of the elements of digital storytelling. So students don't just learn about the technology, they learn about the rudiments of storytelling, storyboarding, your planning preparation, and what makes a really good story. So we're also tying this project into a project with the Counseling Centre, and it's a Beacons project where we're just working with the Laois area, and we have a lot of teachers there, where there's huge diversity of population in the Laois area, and so people of all different cultures and ethnicity, and huge diversity. There was a shared learning day a week ago, and from that, one of the actions arising from that is that we're going to actually work with the students from UCD and teachers in the catchment area of each education centre, and some of the people that were involved in the Beacons Day, which are parents and students from very diverse ethnic backgrounds, to create intergenerational stories of diversity. So that's again partnership, and it's using technology, and I suppose it's looking at the reference to the global citizen education in the KM standards, that is empowering learners of all ages to assume active roles both locally and globally in building more peaceful, tolerant, inclusive and secure society. So that's the aim of that one. And the final project then, I hope I'm not going over time, Deirdre, you can kick me out if I am. The final one I think is very exciting. This is looking at students engaging in emerging technologies. So this is immersive technology, the use of augmented and virtual reality. And we're very lucky to have a school teacher and that has on career break has designed and developed his own business, Mark Baldwin. So he has a platform called Scooby, or Scoober as he calls it, and he has designed a bespoke CPD program for our methods lecturers and tutors. And we have a selection of students from across a range of subjects where they're going to work together to design immersive learning experiences for students across a range of subjects. And in that, again, there's a direct reference to the Global Citizenship Education KM standards, that within immersive experiences, you can build empathy for different cultures and diversity, because you're immersed in different experiences. And we're bringing in that these experiences are linked to the curriculum and the learning intentions of curriculum, but we're also bringing in the elements that's referenced there, cultural diversity and just appreciation of the development education and sustainable development goals across all subject areas. So that's going to be a very significant artifact of learning emerging from Ubuntu Fund. That's me done. Thanks very much.